How we going on, people? Luke here from LAGFX. We're back today with a new Sunday Sessions video. If you're new to this series, it's basically where we come to the markets every Sunday and we break down some of the markets that we feel hold good potential for the coming week. So this is a great style of video for those who are maybe new to the Forex markets and want to learn more about how we analyze and prepare to take part. And it's also good for those who want to get some in-depth analysis and profit with the LAGFX team in the coming weeks. If you do go on to enjoy this video, don't forget to leave it a thumbs up. All the support you guys provide is always appreciated. And if you have any questions or queries regarding the markets we go through today or the analysis performed, please leave them in the comments below. What I'm going to do this week is go through 3 or 4 pairs for you all, give you some zones and areas that you guys can work with, and then hopefully over the course of Christmas and the beginning of the new year, you guys will be able to implement this analysis to your own charts and hopefully profit alongside us. I will be performing case study videos on some of my favorite pairs, which I will be uploading over the course of Christmas. So if you want more of a longer term in-depth look on some of these markets today, keep your eyes peeled for the case studies as they will be being published over the Christmas period. Now, with all of that being said, what we're going to do is we're going to jump straight into the first pair, which is the Euro US dollar. This is probably one of my favorite pairs to trade. I have been dabbling in the Euro US dollar for quite some time now. What I've done as of recently is perform a fresh top-down analysis, removing all of my prior analysis just to get a fresh look and scope on this market. And as we can see, I'm not going to go too in depth as I'm going to actually be doing a case study video on this, but we can see here how this is a bullish market overall. Okay, we've had price trade into a demand zone, so what I'm expecting now is for price to set a higher low here to go on to set a higher high, right? We want to see bullishness being put in longer term. Now, if we look at this structure, the fractal structure that's being put in, you can see here how we have lower highs and lower lows being put into the market, right? Now, I'm expecting this to shift and switch to the upside. So what I'd want to see now is for the last protected high, so this, should I say, for this last protected high to break, and for a new higher high to be created. That would confirm an end to this bearish trend that's trading us lower, and it would confirm a new bullish one taking us higher. Once we have a break in this high, we are guaranteeing that this bullishness is here to stay, essentially. But we have seen a good amount of bullishness being introduced as of recently. As you can see, we've had a nice impulsive wave that's traded us higher. I am expecting a corrective wave to now be put in. Reason being is if we look more closely at the fractal nature of this structure, you can see how we have highs and lows that have been set. This is the last protected low within this bullish structure. Why? Because this low created this high. So the fact that we've now had a break in this low, this suggests that a bearish corrective wave is going to be put in the market. So what do? We look at the impulsive wave that broke the structure, which is this one. We have found an area of supply that is of interest to us and we want to see price trade up and into. From there, we can then expect more supply to be introduced. So supply to be loaded, demand to be offloaded. And from there, we can expect the next impulsive wave trading us lower, down, and eventually taking us into this higher time frame demand zone here. Once price trades us down and into this demand zone, I am then expecting those shorts to be offloaded, demand to be introduced, buy positions to be placed, and then that should in theory give us that S&D flip to the upside, putting in the next higher time frame impulsive wave. So this is the first impulse, this would be the correction, what would follow would be the next higher time frame impulsive wave. So that's my thoughts on the Euro US dollar market. We've gone through multiple time frames there very, very quickly, looking at fractal structure, higher time frame structure, things of that nature. In terms of positions that we could place in the coming week, I would probably just prepare to go short in this market. So what I'm going to do for you all is highlight this zone out So you guys can go ahead and apply it to your own charts. Then once we have the valid penetration of this zone, we can expect that supply to be introduced, buys to be offloaded. All we'd be looking for realistically is on the 1 and 4 hour time frames is for price to give us a break of structure to the downside like so. Price to pull back, we then get involved in that corrective wave trading goes lower. So there's no harm in looking to go short in this market once we have valid entry before we actually go long longer term. So this would be the break of structure. This is just as an example. We would then wait for price to correct itself initially, this being the initial corrective wave. Price would trade into a fractal area of supply. That's where we'd look to get involved in short positions. You can see here that I have drawn my path tool out to this demand zone, as I feel price will probably trade us down now and into this demand zone before taking us higher, taking that next leg higher up and into this supply zone here. But yeah, that's an in-depth look on my analysis, and this is what I believe price will be doing over the course of the next week or so. Okay, now moving over to the Great British Pound CAD. This is another market that I will be doing a case study on, but just to be quick and brief, you can see here how we have lower highs and lower lows being created. We just had the production of a new lower low. So what follows? A corrective wave to set a new lower high before creating a new lower low. So I'm expecting bullishness to trade us up to set that new lower high before trading us lower. So if we just go down on time frames, I'm being quite quick and brief with this one, just because I am doing a case study video on it and I want you guys to watch that. So if we just clear all of this, you can see here how price is clearly trading us now in a bullish way. What we are seeing, however, is the demand in this market run out. Why? Because we are seeing a collection of highs being formed here. 3 equal highs have been created. So what I'm expecting now is to see price finish distributing, trade us lower, down and into these areas of demand, pick up that remaining demand before taking this market up. So we can expect to see price distribute at the end of a bullish wave and in prep of a bearish one. And price usually accumulates, so it comes down, it accumulates before taking us higher. This is basically price offloading sell positions and loading up buys. And in this instance, we are seeing how price is traded up. It's distributing before a move down. So it's offloading those buy positions and loading up on sells. This is just how the markets change direction over a long period of time. So from here, what I've done for you all is I have marked out an area of interest to me. So you can see, we go head to the 4 hour time frames, you can see that I've marked out the last protected low within this bullish structure. This low created the highest high. We've seen a break in that. We now just want to see price put in a corrective wave, trade us up and into this area of supply before trading us lower. So this is somewhere I will be looking to get involved in short positions from, assuming price does trade into that and give us the confirmation we need in order to place short positions. So again, what I'm going to do is highlight this zone out for you all. What I would suggest is that you pause the video, mark this zone out for yourself. This is a valid point of interest, a valid supply zone that I want to see price trade into. Once we have that penetration, as I say, we can expect to see price begin trading goes lower as the order flow in the market flips. And as I say, once price then trades us into one of 2 demand zones, which is quite the way off, and I will disclose these areas in the case study. Once price trades in, we can then expect that higher time frame S&D flip to the upside, just to go on to create that lower high for the extreme higher time frame structure. But ultimately, we should be looking at short positions anywhere from any supply zones that we can find. But this is one that catches my eye and one that I will be waiting for in the coming weeks. Okay, so moving over to the XAU USD market. If you watched last week's Sunday sessions, you will know that I was wanting to see this market go bullish to trade us up and into areas of supply. We are seeing price do exactly that. I've got 3 areas of interest here that I want to see price trade up and into. What we've got to remember is the market is like a weigh-in scale. So with the markets, we have order flow and we have orders that are being introduced and removed from the market. So you can see here we have 1,000 and 1,000. Once price trades into this, we may have an additional 200 supply being added. This is then going to cause this to be heavier, which is then going to cause price to drop. Okay, once price trades into demand zones, we may see demand being introduced that may cause price to trade up slightly before a continuation lower when it grabs more supply. So it's all about a supply and demand balance, and James has created a brilliant video on that, and it is on the YouTube channel, so if you've not checked it out, check it out. But ultimately what I'm wanting to see is for price to trade up and into one of 4 supply zones, for enough supply to be introduced to give us that S&D flip to the downside. But anyone that got involved in long positions last week based on my Sunday sessions analysis, well done. You should be in some really good profits. I know prior to the analysis, the markets was somewhere down here, so we've had a lovely shift of about 200, 300 pips. So there's plenty of room to profit there on buy opportunities. I am expecting this bullishness to continue. However, we can expect price to probably put in a corrective wave, which it is doing at the moment, before it continues on its long journey. So there is an area of interest here that we could see price trade into. The increments are on the right hand side here, 2002 to 2008. This is an area of interest, and if not, price may come to clear all this inefficient structure and trade us all the way down and into this area here, which is 1979 to 1983. But these are 2 areas of interest that price may come down to grab more demand from before taking us up and into the market. So definitely looking for long positions temporarily before trading this market bearish with a longer term bias. But that's my analysis for the XAU USD market. As I say, if you've not highlighted out some of these zones, I would definitely recommend doing so. I've given you the zones for these 2 areas here. Make sure you go and mark them out and apply them to your own charts, as they are going to be very useful when you look to go long in this market. Okay, now just to end off on the US dollar Swiss franc, this is another pair that's been playing out very well for us. It's been putting in a structure that has played out perfectly based on our analysis. You can see here that I've marked out a demand zone. I want to see price trade down and into this to set a higher low before actually trading us higher longer term. Reason being is we've had a break of structure to the upside, so this suggests bullishness longer term, as this was the last protected high within this bearish leg that traded us lower. So the fact that we've had a break in this suggests that bullishness is here to stay. Now we can see how price hasn't quite traded into the area of demand, which is fine. What this means is price may just come to trade into an area of supply, a fractal area like so, before actually taking us down and into this demand zone. So it's just running out of supply, so it just needs to come and grab more in order to trade us down and into this demand zone, and then that's when we can expect a full S&D flip to the upside. But ultimately this market is a bullish one, and I'm expecting bullishness longer term, so we could prep for a bullish run. However, if you wanted to be cheeky and get involved in some temporary shorts, there's no harm in doing that. We've got a valid zone here that we can definitely look to take part from. You can see here that we could still walk away with some lovely returns based on a short position from this area of supply. So there's no harm in looking for temporary shorts. Just ensure that you are delivered the right order confirmation before actually placing your position. Me personally, with this having a longer bias of being a bull, I'll probably wait for price to trade down and into this, or to be delivered with some kind of confirmation that bullishness is now inbound, and then I'll be waiting, and then I'll be placing my positions based on that. Yeah, that's actually going to summarize this week's Sunday sessions video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. As I said to you guys earlier, if there are any bits of analysis that may not make sense, or you want to query or question anything that I've gone through today, the markets that I've looked at, please leave them in the comments below. I'll be sure to get back to you as soon as possible on those comments. I read every single comment that you guys post, so leave any feedback that you may have in there. As we come to the latter end of this year, you will notice how the markets may not play as they usually do, and this is just because there is a lack of volume being introduced into the markets. So we'll see that the markets move in a slower way, and they may not respect areas that would usually be respected based on the fact that there is a lack of volume and volatility being introduced. Now, as I say, just to finish off, I am actually in the mix of creating quite a few videos for you guys. I've got a full trading plan video series that I'm currently filming. This is going to enable you guys to create a full trading plan that's suited for yourself. So make sure you stay tuned for that. It's going to be a brilliant series, and I'm very excited to get that posted. And then on top of that, it's only right that we do predictions for 2024. So I will be recording my predictions for 2024, and then we can always use them as reference later on in the year and see how correct or how incorrect our analysis was. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Have an amazing Christmas. We are literally just a week away. I will be doing a Sunday sessions in and around Christmas, so stay tuned for that one. Have a brilliant trading week, and we'll catch you all in the next Sunday sessions video.